For this video, I want to answer a few questions that you can see at the top of the screen. What is the ACT? What is the pre-ACT? And what types of problems appear on the test? So the pre-ACT does exactly what it says. It's a precursor. It prepares students for the ACT. One of the two common college tests, the other one being the SAT. Now the ACT itself, it's a test you take maybe the end of your sophomore year, most likely your junior year. Some people take it the first semester of their senior year. But it's a test that has 4 parts: English, math, reading, and science. The English part is 75 questions, and you can see the math, reading, and science have 60 and 40 questions, respectively. In terms of minutes, for English on the ACT, you have 45 minutes to answer those 75 questions. And then in math, you have 60 minutes to answer those 60 questions, and then 35 minutes to answer the 40 questions in reading and science. The total test is 2 hours and 55 minutes, not counting any breaks or time where teachers read instructions. The pre-ACT, the 8-9 version, the version that freshmen will take this year, instead of 75 questions, you just have 40 for English. And instead of 60, just 35 math, and then 25 reading and 30 science, right? And you have 30 minutes, 30 and 40 minutes, depending on the assessment, to finish each of these sections. So your total test is 2 hours and 10 minutes, not counting any breaks or reading time. Now, some may ask, like, okay, well, I know I'm a freshman, but when I do become a junior, how do I register for the ACT? I mean, seriously, that's my advice. Google register for the ACT. And what happens? It takes you to this screen. You need to create an account. And since I'm not a student, I can't create an account. I can't register. You can take it from here, right? But this is how you register for the ACT. I do want to answer a few questions you might have, like, well, what kind of questions appear on this test I'm going to take, the pre-ACT? That is a great question. As I was doing some research about this test, I found an answer. And the answer is right here. There are no official pre-ACT practice tests, meaning I can't show you what the questions look like because I don't have a practice test to put in front of you for the pre-ACT. But we do have access to practice tests for the full-length ACT test. So if you want to know, like, what will the pre-ACT look like, let's go to some of these practice ACT questions just to get a feel for what you're going to be assessed on. Now, there are a couple ways to access the free ACT practice tests. One way is what I did here. Go to Google, type free ACT practice test, and then click here, and it takes you to the official website, and they have access to one ACT, one practice test. You can do a little digging, as I've done. This is the Prep Scholar website on the ACT, why you should prep for the et cetera, et cetera. And this site, if I scroll down a bit, has 6 ACT practice tests. So when the time comes and you want to study for the ACT, you have access. You can find them. You're digital natives. You're Gen Z. You all know how to search for things on the internet. You can find up to 6 that I've found, at least, practice ACT tests. So let's go to one. If you go to the ACT's website, it takes you here. I'm not going to create an account. I'm not going to do all that rigmarole, so I'm just going to go here to this PDF that downloads. This contains the practice ACT. And again, these are the questions and minutes for the ACT itself, not for the pre-ACT that you'll take soon. Got some test-taking strategies. You should read this document. And then we go to the test. So the English test looks like this. Again, a shorter test with fewer questions. But you're going to be given a passage on the left, and then a word's going to be underlined. Well, number 1 applies to question 1. Which choice most effectively emphasizes the complexity of the paper sculptures? And you pick which word: intricately, impressively, terrifically, superbly. Sorry, my voice is cracking. I've been losing my voice a few days. Anyways, so this is the English assessment. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to section 2. Come on, section 2. There it is, the math test. It is what you would expect it to be, a math assessment. It looks like there are a number of word problems, so be prepared to read. I, as an English teacher, love seeing reading baked into math questions. Pushes the rigor quite a bit. I love it. Section 3 would be the reading test. So this looks like a pretty standard reading comprehension assessment. You're given a literary passage, and then you answer questions about the literary passage. Then you're given a social science passage, answer questions, and then, you're given a natural science passage, and then answer questions. And then section 4, the science section, more reading. Reading just like in the prior assessments, but it looks like you have more graphs, more tables, more figures that you need to refer to answer these questions. Anyway, so this is what the pre-ACT is going to look like. I know I just showed you an ACT test, but you're going to see the same types of questions, just a fewer number of them.